There you go.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Easter Sunday special Zoom call, and we are so glad you're here. So here's our fun picture for the for our kind of our cover picture. I thought it would be fun to share that. But I wanted to welcome you all and congratulate you for being here because it's Easter Sunday. So how's everybody doing on their program? Managed to stay away from your Easter eggs and all that nasty stuff that makes us feel bad? All right, excellent. So first of all, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Jennifer. And as long as I can get this technologically handled, Jennifer, I'm going to let you start telling your story, and I will find the pictures, all right? So Jennifer, take it away.
Guys hear me okay?
Yeah, speak up a little bit.
Okay, because sometimes I sound a little quiet, so I'm trying to be in my bathroom so I get some sort of acoustics.
Okay.
I started the program when I found out that I was 250 pounds and I was going to be terminated from my position as a nurse after having my third back surgery.
Wow.
So at the time, I was using a walker to walk. I was unable to do my duties as a nurse and pretty much bound to the bed or the walker and partially incontinent actually at the time. And so I saw my friends post on Facebook about her being a health coach, and I called her, and of course, like everyone else, I'd been on a million diets, plus I was a nurse. I mean, I basically was, eating what I thought was healthy food and still not losing weight. And when I talked to her about the program, I actually told her there was no way that it was going to work for me. There were just too many carbs on the program. I was just so resistant. And what she did tell me was, Jen, this has worked for me. So all I can say is if you trust me, try it for 30 days. And then if it doesn't work for you, you can have surgery. Well, of course, because I was also so stubborn, I told her I was never going to weigh myself at all until a month because I knew I was only going to lose maybe 1 or 2 pounds. And when I went back to my neurology appointment 3 weeks into the program, the nurse was saying, oh, Miss Dennis, you lost a lot of weight. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And she was like, you did. And I looked and I had lost 27 pounds. So
Wow.
at month one, I lost 32 pounds.
Hold on. Let me try and mute it. Hang on, Jennifer.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, there we go.
That's me after my surgery with my Doberman. And then that's me before I started the program. And that's about 30 days into the program.
I'll stop it as we go along. So tell me here. Go ahead.
You're fine. So go back to, can you, that's okay. You can go forward. Okay. The one before that.
Hang on.
Okay, so that's my 30-day picture. So that was down 30 something pounds from that.
This one?
Correct.
Wow.
But yeah, so after month 2, I lost 40 pounds and continued to lose 70 pounds in the first 5 months.
Wow.
I was really good at following the program and I was really good at feeling better. So it was easy to do, of course. It's not always, I guess, simple to do. It's not always easy to do because things come up, but it's definitely simple to do. And within the first 30 days, I had told Christina, who is my health coach, hey, if this continues to work, I'm going to be a coach too. And after the first 30 days, I signed on board just because of obviously what happened to me. So I'm very thankful for the support that I have received from everyone at Take Shape and then all the other clients that have been working the program and their postings and just being inspired by them and hoping that I can inspire others too. It's honestly been completely life-changing. I'm back working, obviously, and I'm working as a health coach, and really I went from not being able to do anything to doing absolutely anything that I want to do now. So I'm happy about that.
Wow. So tell me this, what was like when you first started with all the reasons why you had to not do it or to fight it? What was like the couple most surprising things about the program when you first started?
I think what was surprising is when you really want to make a change, you find some sort of willpower that you really never had. And no matter who, even your family or friends or whatever is going on around you, because of course, as soon as when you start this program, that's when everything in your life decides to take a nosedive. But just being able to, at those times where you do kind of lose a little bit of that, that hope that you can reach out to whoever, whether that for me was, my health coaches sometimes, but sometimes it really was just people working the program that I met on Commit to Be Fit, that, and stuff like that. And just kind of like, hey, what are you doing? I hate today. Because sometimes it's just not easy. But just following, as long as for me, is following the food was key. And seeing results on the weeks that I only weighed once a month. So if I had a slower month, and I did have one slow month, which I thought was a slow month, but I really still lost quite a bit in inches. So just finding something positive. And of course, when you have limited mobility, you find tons. So the scale was pretty much irrelevant for me. I mean, first it went from I could walk, then it went to I could actually put on my shoes. Just what people would consider would be simple things. And now I can, like I said, I can do whatever, cartwheels, whatever. And I've tested that theory, so I know it's true. I can do it.
So it's amazing what happens when you set your mind to it, number one. And then when you have a system that is proven, and you have, for me, I don't know about you, but would you say where did support factor in? Like comparing that to, of all the different aspects of the program,
yeah.
Where was the food? Where was support?
I think the food it's definitely probably 50%, and not having to continuously make choices. I think a lot of other programs give you too many choices, and we're just too busy and too many things happen for us to really make more than one good choice a day. I think that would have been problematic for me and for clients. Mm-hmm. And then beyond just Commit to Be Fit, once I decided to become a health coach, working with my clients, working the program with me, kind of, so to speak, was helpful for both of us. So I think they found it encouraging that their health coach, was also working it, and then, or had worked it either way, and really believed in the program. So I think that was very key.
Okay. And for those who are watching on playback or who aren't familiar with Commit to Be Fit, Commit to Be Fit is our secret site for clients on Facebook. And so it is someplace safe where you can come and, like Jennifer said, vent if you're having any issues, get some extra support. Kind of, it's I always called it the going to the meeting without having to go to the meeting, because you can go there at 3 a.m. and in your jammies. And that's just one of the best parts about that. So that's very cool. So thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate you sharing your story. Does anybody have any questions for her? Raise your hand and wave from your screen if you do. I'll unmute you.
I just wanted to say good job. I've been following her journey on Commit to Be Fit.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay. Let's see. All right. So next we are going to have Larry, but I think I'm going to have Cindy introduce him, since that's kind of where the story begins. So Cindy, I'm going to unmute you and kind of tell us your story, the two of you together.
Okay. Larry and I have known one another since we were in 3rd grade. And he's been through a lot of things over the course of his life, just the same way I have. And back in August of this last year, he made his trip, 1,671 miles, out to see me. And we had not seen one another since we were in college, actually, probably a few years after college. We had not even seen one another. We kept up with one another through our parents and on a little bit on Facebook towards the last couple of years. And when he came out, I had just started this program. My son and I had just started the program. And then over the course of the next couple of months, he soon decided that he would like to start. And things progressed for us personally. And as you know now, he is my husband. So from that's kind of how that all started. He was able to actually spend a few days in our household while I was trying to still figure out how to fix Lean and Green. And he tolerated a couple of our meals. And he kind of had to survive on his own because my son and I were doing the program. And then, so the only meal that I was cooking was our Lean and Green. So that's kind of how he got introduced to the whole program.
You can like it, or you can eat elsewhere.
That was pretty much the deal. So from that perspective, then Larry and I are now married, but I'll let him tell the story from his perspective and how it's worked for him.
All right, so Larry, I have unmuted you. Take it away.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good.
Okay. Like Cindy said, I went on a trip in August of last year, and on my way through, I had made plans all along just to stop in and see Cindy. And I think God sometimes has a hand in things. And about 75 miles outside of Los Angeles, my camper broke. It's something with the part that goes up and down. And I called Cindy and I said, can I stay at your house for a couple of days while I look for some parts for my camper? And she said yes. And so that's how I learned about the diet, more or less. Like she said, she had to cook Lean and Green for me, and because she wasn't going to cook extra meals. And that was fine. It didn't bother me. I saw how well the structure and the support was for Cindy. And let me add in here that Glenda was one of our good friends and classmates in high school, too. So Glenda is also her coach. And so we've just sort of, I slid into it by listening to Glenda and her talking about what was going on and what was good to cook and what was, what was going to work for them. The hardest thing for me as a nurse, I don't know how many nurses are out there today, but Jennifer was a nurse, so I'm a nurse. I couldn't take care of myself. I'd get up in the morning and I'd drink coffee. And I'd go to work and I would not stop and eat a meal until I got. And Cindy, my coach, has pointed out to me my body decided that it better store up some. And so through the years,
His audio is cutting out just a little bit, Larry. Hang on. Somehow our mic got turned off. Hang on. There we go. Try again.
Okay. And it was a real hard thing for me to eat 3 meals a day. This system now, I get up in the morning. As soon as I get to work, I have one of the meals. After I'm a therapist now, so after a couple groups, I go to my office and I have my next little meal. And then I have another one just before I go home. So I get home, I fix my Lean and Green, go out and put her in the yard until dark, and then I have my last meal. And it's really fit well. I thought it was going to be really hard because it was so regimented. And once I got into it, I said, this isn't bad. I stop and drink water every hour or two all the time because it's hot and I'm outside, so I need water. So now I just replacing the water along with one of my meals. Cindy's turned me on to the pressure cooker, and almost all of my vegetables are done through the pressure cooker. And so I can have my meal done in about 20 minutes when I'm home. And it's marvelous.
So it's not taking up a lot of your time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm not tired after I fix a meal.
Right.
I reached my first goal probably after maybe 2 months. I had lost about 20 pounds. And I said, well, this was almost too easy. I'm going to keep going till I got down another 10. And I've stayed at that level where had been 33 for quite a long time. And without doing anything, I've started losing again. 1 pound a week, just doing nothing. And I'm probably going to get down another 10 or so just because I'm eating right and I sleep right. And Cindy tells me I shouldn't worry, but I do. I'm a thinker.
A lot of folks are. That's okay, Larry. We like thinkers too. It's okay. So I hear you. So you kind of fell into it. One of the things that I always tell the clients when they have another half at home or the kids or something, isn't it interesting? It's not going to kill the rest of the family to eat healthy one meal.
Yeah. When Cindy was on her call, was that last week or the week before? She said that they have more meals at home now than they ever did before, and that's just 1 meal a day, and they're having more meals. And that's amazing that a family can get together and have a very good meal,
right.
And it be everybody's lean and green.
And what I find too, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times once you start eating right and you're feeling good because you're putting in the proper nutrition, don't you start craving like good food that's good for you instead of all the junk and stuff you used to eat?
The other day I fixed a hamburger and I thought, well, that's all I feel like eating. 30 minutes later, I was still hungry, so I went back and fixed my vegetables. And after I had my vegetables, I was comfortable.
Yeah.
But at first, I thought just the hamburger would be enough.
Yeah. Well, you need the balance.
It wants good stuff. Yeah.
You need the balance. And so, did you realize what not eating, because of your work schedule, did you realize before you started the program how that was affecting how you felt?
No, I did not know that until after we started working on it.
Yeah.
Made a big difference.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Larry. I appreciate you sharing your story. Does anybody have any questions for Larry? No? All right, then. Well,
thank you.
No, thank you. We appreciate that. All right. I do not have the recording up of what is our current habit of health for this week. So let's maybe, I don't know about you guys, what is the favorite way to get maybe a little extra protein in? Did y'all see the picture in our Commit to Be Fit site of the, I think we call it breakfast sandwich heaven or breakfast heaven sandwich? Oh my goodness. So if you're doing any kind of over exercising, then you run the chance on our program of actually slowing down your weight loss. If you're not getting enough food, because I heard somebody say recently, somebody who's not a client, I can't, and she's a diabetic, she says, I just can't lose weight and I eat like a bird. I hardly eat anything. I said, and that's why you're not losing weight. That's what's happening. So the same thing can happen once we get going. We get all excited about the results and we're losing, 10, 15 pounds a month. It's great. And you start adding in sometimes too much exercise, because so many of us, once upon a time, all we ever knew was you're supposed to kill yourself at the gym and you're supposed to starve yourself. So part of your brain goes back to that, doesn't it? It's like, oh, okay, I better get to the gym. And for me personally this week, what I've noticed, my own weight loss has slowed down, and I'm like, hello, how many years have you been coaching people? I'm walking these dogs now probably it's not always a constant solid walk, because we're visiting people along the way and the puppies are cute, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes, like one of the walks ended up being 2 hours. Well, I came back and I need to have some extra protein to add back in so that the body doesn't go, whoa, we're not going to eat. We better save all the energy, like Larry was talking about. We don't know when we're going to eat next, so we've got to hang on to this. So this breakfast heaven sandwich that we have in the group that we were just talking about it. You guys saw the picture, right? It is made out of your pancake mix. Whether it's the Spice the Original, or I don't like the chocolate chip because it gets all messy all over my fingers. But I make it with my egg whites, and then I'll get a little like a veggie sausage patty that's or tofu or something like that. And then even if I'm really hungry, then I'll even add a little bit of the low-fat cheese on there. And man, it is so much, when I'm done, I'm so much fuller and more satisfied than back in the day when you were eating any breakfast sandwich from any of the drive-through places. So I don't know about you guys. What's your favorite way to get some extra protein in? Miss Pam, how about you? Let me unmute you. There you are.
Every once in a while, I've got little squares of cheese that are lower fat, and they're real small, and I will have one of those maybe with either and I'm on maintenance with either an apple or with some of the pretzels.
Okay.
I like to do that.
Gotcha.
Or sometimes I put a little peanut butter powder in my brownie or something like that. But yeah, I like the breakfast sandwich too.
Yep. And for those of you who don't know, the peanut butter powder, it's called PB2. There may be other brands out there, but it's got about 85% less calories and fat than regular peanut butter. And if you would have ever told me, oh yeah, have some powdered peanut butter, I would have told you you were crazy. Until you get it and you mix it in and you have it, you will so not miss and as a matter of fact, then you look at the regular peanut butter, you're like, ew, why would you want to do that? Mm-hmm. Because like we talked about, you just don't realize, I think so many times, what all of this stuff that we're putting in our body does to us and how it makes us feel, you know? It's kind of like a whole nother way to live. Wow. All right, well, I think we're going to finish up early. Anybody have anything to say?
Hi, Barbara.
Hold on. Let's unmute Barb because we haven't seen Barb in a little bit. How are you, Miss Barb?
I'm good.
Yeah? How much have you lost recently? Tell me.
40.
Woohoo!
And today I was able to put on my jeans. I haven't fit in those, it seems like years.
Outstanding. That is
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah, it is.
I'm excited for you. Very cool. All right. So anybody have anything else to celebrate? Because that's what we're all about, is celebrating. We love that. Jan, you have anything to add?
I think so.
No? You're good?
I'm
All
good.
right. Okay. Hold on. Okay, Larry, go.
I learned something the other day watching one of the shows, news TV shows. They said people average, they wear about 20% of their clothes. And they said people need to start looking in their closet. So I did that. I found pants that I had that are probably out of style, but fit. And actually, they're about one size too large now. And that's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've always called that going shopping in my own closet, because if you're not careful on our program, if you're not shopping in your closet regularly, you'll end up like Larry and you'll go right through some sizes. You're like, hey, I really like that when I didn't think I was that big, but now it's too big on me. So I guess that's a good problem to have, and darn it, I'm going to have to go shopping again.
Yeah.
All right, way to go. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for being on. Thank you, Jennifer and Larry, for sharing your stories, and I wish you all a happy Easter, and come back next week and bring your friends. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.